I have to talk about this man.
Oh, the garbage, yes.
The garbage.
The garbage.
I have to talk to you about a man named Cenk Uygur of the Young Turks, and I don't want to because he's just a pundit. But when we're dealing with an internal conflict that is effectively an existential threat, you need to understand the sentiment that exists among some of these individuals on the establishment side. Cenk Uygur tweets, "Right wing doesn't love Putin just because he is an authoritarian, tyrannical leader. They love him because he's a white authoritarian leader. Race has become more important than even nationality. They've turned on democracy and now even America in favor of a white warlord." This may be one of the most insane things I've ever read. Nowhere in these incoherent ramblings was there even a semblance of a thought. Yet this man has millions of followers and does actually have influence over a large portion of the political discourse in this country. Joe Biden is an old white man.
Yep.
Who is leading the empire of the United States. According to the Young Turks themselves and many of the left, the U.S. is the empire, is the fascist empire. So is Joe Biden not a white, tyrannical authoritarian? Apparently not. Apparently it's Putin. But please show me where right-wing individuals are cheering for what Putin is doing.
Nowhere.
Cenk Uygur highlights Tucker Carlson, saying it proves him right because Tucker explained what Putin's mentality was. That's it.
And I think that's important to understand.
Right.
Is it not?
It is.
Yeah.
When dealing with who is right now your enemy, is it not good to understand the mentality that they have?
It's necessary
to perhaps come to some sort of solution.
Yeah.
You know,
absolutely.
They don't want it's this typical rhetoric today where you don't even attempt to understand the other side.
This is insane.
You just declare that they are wrong. And hate them.
Yeah, I would like to understand Putin's side. I'm not like, yay, I wish he was my leader, but I think as a general goes, if I was like playing a video game and I wanted to put a guy in command of my military, I'd pick him over Biden or Xi Jinping, who are both are bureaucrats. This guy's got like military experience. He's ex-KGB. He's cold as ice. He doesn't show emotion on his face. He's a good commander. Now, ethically, that's a whole other discussion. And we have Russia and the United States come from different places, and we have different ethics and morals. That's another conversation. But I have that appreciation for the guy for his abilities.
But just bringing it back to what the U.S. is facing.
But it's not because he's white, and that what Cenk Uygur said is completely racist.
It's not just that. I don't care there's no substance here. It doesn't matter the ideas he's trying to convey. What matters is that he's just not well. Okay, he is a not well person.
It's white people attacking white people.
It's really disturbing.
You know, it's what does this have to do with race? This is typical. Again, talking about priorities of the American mindset. This is what we're worried about. We're worried about white authoritarian leaders. How about just the fact that people are dying?
The Young Turks was a genocidal group of Turks in the early 1900s led by Enver Pasha that basically created the Armenian genocide. It's
basically they did.
Why would he name his company the Young Turks?
And why won't he change the name?
Yeah, dude, why? I just want to know why. It's a cool sounding name, I guess.
Listen,
no.
It's because, look, man, I don't want to be overly reductive. Here's a guy spouting that they love Putin. I certainly don't love Putin. I don't know, but so I'm not going to assume he's talking about me. I'm not right wing, right?
He's not talking about me.
He calls me right wing all the time.
Enemy without being in love with the guy.
Cenk calls me right wing whenever they do segments about me. Certainly, whatever that means, fine. But to imply that I am involved in any kind of love for Putin is psychotic. Cenk Uygur doesn't. I don't think he reads. I don't think he pays attention, and I think he actually look. I'm going to come out and say it. He named his organization the Young Turks, a genocidal group of people. He even denied the existence of the Armenian genocide until I think like 10 years ago or something like that. So even while he had the Young Turks, he's like, it never happened or something like that. And then he apologizes for it. I can respect the apology for it 100%. Bro, change the name of your organization. It's like, and this is something that comes up all the time. But this dude has the nerve to come out and claim the right loves Putin because he's an authoritarian, tyrannical leader. Dude literally names his organization after people who carried out a genocide and refuses to change its name. Dude, don't get your moral lessons from these people. This tweet should be enough to know this dude's lost his mind.
And this is coming from the authoritarian left. Mm-hmm. I mean, these are the same people that champion Antifa, and exactly. It's such cognitive dissonance. They're talking about authoritarian leaders. What have we been experiencing over the past 2 years with mandates? these people have championed, rule by mandate sort of governing.
Rule by decree.
Rule by decree.
Does
That's-
Cenk, does he support that? I haven't really followed that. He
Yes.
doesn't talk
I
highly
would go.
of Antifa.
I would go
does he?
ahead. Well, I would go ahead and bet heavily.
I would too, yeah.
I would go ahead and bet heavily that he was pro lockdown. That he was probably pro vaccine mandate, and all of it. And if I'm wrong, correct me. But coming from that portion of the left, these are people that love big government
Look at this tweet
when
he's
it
got.
caters to them.
Look, I hate to talk about him because he needs this kind of attention. He doesn't nearly get as much attention as he used to, or whatever. He says, I'm sure the fake left in America, Tulsi Gabbard, etc., who are still pretending to be progressive, are livid about this attack on civil rights, let alone Putin's unmitigated imperialism. I'm sure those pundits and award-winning journalists are speaking out forcefully, right? Yes, Russia arresting protesters is wrong, 100%. What world does this man live in, or his followers, that they think the right likes Putin because he's a white tyrannical leader, and that they're happy he's arresting people? This is a fabricated reality that doesn't exist.
Yeah, where's the evidence that thought even has been put out there by
Right.
anybody credible that represents the right?
I really don't like assumptions in general.
Yeah, that's just one of those things where it's like, at least show me a tweet from somebody who's got as many followers as you do that has said like, yeah, Putin, go get him. Exactly. It's these people love creating enemies where there is none, and boogeymans where there are none. It's
The weird thing is, it's like you said these people. Cenk changed. It didn't used to be. He's same guy, but different behavior. He used to be real anti-war and really talking about. Right now, he'd be talking about Iraq if it was 2007 and like how we are the reason that other countries are invading. I know he knows that, but to get hung up on this crap, man.